So, I graduated.
Congratulations, it's a celebration. Party all day, I know you've been waiting.
Hi everyone, it's me, Classic Dance Moms, and I am recording this video a day late because I graduated high school last night and I unfortunately couldn't watch the episode live. I was able to catch up on the episode this morning and I do have a lot of opinions, so be prepared for some major tea, guys, because I have a lot to say. Make sure to like, comment down below what you think about this episode, and subscribe to watch more videos like this. Savannah? Robbed. Lily? Favored. Abby? Full of crap. That pyramid was so stupid. If Savannah was Chloe and Lily was Maddie, and that happened, the fandom would lose its goddamn mind. Savannah clearly won that episode. She was clearly the superior dancer. Not to mention, Lily also cried. Erin's actions were unacceptable, but to be honest, Lily did not deserve to be on the top either. If anything, if she wanted someone else to be on top, it should have been Brady because he led the group dance and it got first place. To me, Lily being on the top was just a big slap in the face to Savannah, and I was so mad because I love Savannah. I also think that Sarah should have been above Presley on the pyramid because I think Sarah did better in her solo and she got beat by her own team, so that's not as bad as Presley, who got beat by two random people that we don't know of. So the group dance this week is called Thoughts and Prayers. Now to start, Lily is the lead. I don't agree with that because she got second, and if it was any other girl, this would not be happening. And it's just really unfair to Savannah because she really worked her butt off. But anyways, opinions aside, I really love the message behind this group dance. It's about the mass epidemic of school shootings in America, which is a very serious topic and very political too. Now I know political dances can be risky, but that's what I love about Dance Moms, those risky, edgy dances that really knock you off your feet and when performed well can really bring chills all over your body. Now, as some of you may know, I am from Connecticut, so I do live nearby Newtown, where the Sandy Hook shooting happened. It's definitely something that not only changes the people in the town, but just the entire state in general. And I still remember that day like it was yesterday. I was in 6th grade. And I remember when I heard about it, I cried a lot. I do know a few people who knew people that passed away, so it was really hard to see people close in my life struggling because of this horrible incident. In my high school experience, there was multiple shooting threats, and there was one day when we thought there was a real shooting, and while it turned out to be fake, it was really crazy, and it was something that would definitely change my life. And I can't imagine what any child would be like now going through an event like that. Props to Abby for trying to make awareness on a good cause. Even though I don't personally associate with religion, I think Anne seems like a rational Christian woman. She's not just saying fake prayers and whatever, she actually wants to show love to the communities who are affected by it. And while of course protesting about the gun laws in America are very important, also showing love to the people who are suffering is something that could really be impactful too. But with all the chaos of protesting, that has been a thought that's kind of been pushed to the side. So I think she made a really valid point there, and it definitely made me open my eyes a little bit about the other side of the story. Erin's story really touched me just because I had sent a similar message to my mom when I thought I was in a real school shooting, and I couldn't imagine what my mother was going through at that time. Now onto the solos. Hannah had a solo called The Last Unicorn, and Giannina had a solo called Rich Girl. Honestly, I don't think the choreography for Rich Girl was that bad. Was it amazing, first place worthy? That's debatable. But I do think she could have beaten Hannah. Joanne was being really, really cocky, and I feel like the whole rich girl story behind it was more directed at Joanne than Giannina. And I do think the show is kind of doing Giannina dirty by making her out to be like a Broadway brat. Speaking from my experiences with her and other people's experiences, she's actually one of the sweetest girls on the team, and she's a really caring friend. So I feel really bad for her this week because I know she's probably going to get a lot of hate, and people are like comparing her to Kendall and JoJo, but in reality, she's not either of those girls. She's Giannina. It's kind of sad how the moms and Abby are already counting Hannah as the weak link when she hasn't really shown her potential yet until she performed her solo that day. It made me feel really bad for her, and I was really rooting for her. There's a little bit of a fight between Stacey and Trisha, and to be honest, while I agree that Brady shouldn't be the lead of every group dance just because he's a boy, I don't think Lily should have been the lead of that group dance either, and I think Stacey was making too much of a big deal out of it because in reality, he's only really led like 2 group dances, okay? So, yeah. Shockingly though, Stacey actually did make one good point this episode, and it was that if Giannina is so professional, she has to be able to do any type of dance, which is 100% true. She's been on Broadway before, so she should know that she'll have to do many different kinds of dances and all the while put on a big smile, even if you think it's cheesy or dumb. Now at the competition, Giannina is trying to be more positive after her mental breakdown during rehearsal.
I can only do what she gives me, so I'm just gonna make it my best and hope that I come out on top because her words don't matter. Her opinion doesn't either.
And while I do think Joanne is really cocky, I think Giannina had different intentions when she was saying that. I think what she actually meant was that she's not going to let the hurtful words hurt her confidence, so she wants to try to look at all the good things about the dance instead of being in a negative mindset. So I do think she was actually trying to be better at the competition, but the moms twisted it, making her seem like an ungrateful brat, and it really annoyed me. If Joanne doesn't be quiet, she's gonna ruin Giannina's chance at success, and she really does have a bright future for her, but her mom is extremely unprofessional, and it needs to stop now. The Last Unicorn was a really beautiful solo from Hannah. At first I thought it was going to be a cheesy dance because it was called The Last Unicorn, and just the title sounds really cringy. But it was actually so beautiful. The song choice was amazing, and I think it fit Hannah really well, and it was really her moment to shine. To be honest, Rich Girl was a whole mess, and it wasn't because of Abby's choreography. Giannina, to start, she was really stiff, her facial expressions were not really there, and she was definitely lacking energy. On top of all of that, she fell out of her turns multiple times. While I do appreciate Giannina being able to stick up for herself, I think she needs to know when to speak and when to be quiet. I was so proud of Lily when she did Thoughts and Prayers. She really shined as a dancer, and her dancing really bumped up a whole nother level from the last 2 weeks. She had really good facial expressions, and you can see all the improvement she made from season 7 of Dance Moms to now. On an unrelated note, I think being able to pull off Thoughts and Prayers while also wearing jeans was something that was really hard to do, and I was super proud of the team. Because it's so much harder to stress with jeans because the jeans want to like grip you tight, like make you their bitch. So being able to do all those kicks was really, really impressive. Giannina's Rich Girl solo got 4th place. At first when the solo was unaired and I saw it, I was like, how did she get 4th? She was so good. But then I saw it up close and I was like, what the hell was that? I was honestly really disappointed in her, and she should be lucky that she got 4th place. Hannah Solo, the last unicorn, got second place. I was really happy for her because this was definitely a major breakthrough dance for her, and it was like the perfect solo for her. So I almost cried when she got second. The moms were really counting her out and barely even giving her the light of day, but she was able to prove them wrong. But, of course, Lifetime has to mess everything up by not airing Brady's unaired solo called PTSD, which won first place against both Hannah and Giannina. Notice how in the episode they don't call first place? That seems very fishy to me. I really think the show's main downfall is not airing all of the dances. They always want to focus on the drama first, dancing second. But the fans want the dancing. They want to see the full dances on Lifetime's YouTube channel and all of the dances. And clearly, Lifetime has not listened to their audience after all these years. And quite frankly, it's extremely disappointing, not only to the fans, but to the hardworking dancers and choreographers that put their heart and soul into these dances, only for them not to be aired. So shame on you, Lifetime. Shame on you. So in this episode, you have Giannina crying, all the moms complaining, Joanne being a mega bitch, and I'm just sitting here like, I think this episode is going to be a good lesson for Giannina, and I hope it makes her humble herself a bit more. And I hope Joanne learns to shut up, because honestly, I think she's becoming one of the worst moms. At first, she kind of stayed under the radar, but now she's becoming very cocky. One thing I also don't understand that I think Ashley mentioned is that she was so happy to be in a jazz trio during week 1 with Dance with the Devil, but now that she's doing a jazz solo, Rich Girl, she's all upset about it and saying that, oh, jazz is not my strength and blah, 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 blah. But why were you excited week 1 to get a jazz trio? Finally, though, I really appreciated that Giannina apologized to Abby for insulting her choreography. Even though Abby doesn't have perfect choreography, I do feel like sometimes the fandom is really, really harsh on her when she has to make up a bunch of new dances within the span of a couple of days. I think Giannina's apology was sincere, and I really hope she learns from this episode because this week was not her week. This episode made me very conflicted because on one hand, I do like Giannina. The moms also made some valid points when Ashley said that the kids should be held accountable for their actions. I definitely agree with that. I just think if the entire cast was more open-minded, the show would have a lot less drama. On an unrelated note, Abby's outfit at the competition was so pretty. I never expected her to wear something like that, but honestly, she slayed. I'm very curious to see what dances will be unaired in the future, just because I will have more of a reason to be mad at Lifetime. I'm also really curious to see how Pyramid is going to go next week, considering Brady should be at the top because he won his solo, but that solo was never aired, so how is Lifetime going to twist that? While I do think the cast is solid, I do think Lifetime is going to be the reason the show may not get a season 9, unfortunately. Abby and the girls are really hard workers, and I would love to see a season 9. The problem is, I feel like having a bunch of unaired dances is really hurting the show. The entire week feels very rushed. Part of me wishes that the episodes were maybe an hour and a half long, maybe even 2 hours long, so we could really enjoy and anticipate all the dances. But that's just my opinion. Comment down below what you guys think about the new season of Dance Moms and what you thought about this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week.